Welcome to A Day in the Life. Join us as we get an inside look into today's athletes, their sports, lifestyles, and entertainment. Join A Day in the Life crew as they discuss everything sports, current events, trending topics, and more in Unplugged.
We're joined by head coach Joe Morales. He's at Chapin High School in El Paso, Texas. He's their head volleyball coach. He's been a teacher coach there for 30 years, 20 years coaching varsity volleyball, 14 championships, 20 Bisu championships, 2 area championships. And he is joined by his outside hitter. She's a senior, Camila Ramirez. Thank you guys so much for joining us. How has life in quarantine been?
Thanks. First of all, thanks for having us. It's been interesting. This is what, March, April, May, June, July, our 5th month in quarantine already. It's been tough. I'm usually not a worrisome type of person, but during this time I've had, quite a bit of stress, a little bit of anxiety. But with just the uncertainty of what's going to happen and what we're going to do, sports-wise, I would hate to see, another season lost. In the spring, my daughter lost her senior season. So, I know what these seniors are experiencing right now and what they're feeling, the anxiety of, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? One good thing of quarantine is I've actually worked out and probably got in better shape than I've been in a while. So that's the one good thing.
Emma, how has your quarantine been so far?
Well, just different, because I'm just so used to always being in the gym, going to work out. So it's been kind of tough just like sitting here and kind of just having to find my own ways to work out. Recently, since gyms opened up, I've been going to the gym, but it's just not the same, not being able to go in, play open gyms with my team, and just what we would usually be doing during the summer.
Have you guys heard anything on any new rules or anything that could affect you guys? What are y'all hearing as far as the El Paso school districts telling you guys as far as volleyball goes?
Right now, the latest was we cannot get into the gym until September 8th. There's a city ordinance that we cannot get into the gym until September 8th. UIL is supposed to put out a ruling either today or sometime this week or next week of what they're going to do. But a lot of districts are already pushing back. Houston ISD is not letting anything happen until October. Austin just did the same thing like us, September. So everything is kind of getting pushed back. They haven't made the rule or change yet to spring. But there's a lot of rumors, especially football, that there might be spring football instead of fall football. So I think a lot of it depends on football. If football goes to spring, I think we go to the spring probably.
Got you. Have you guys been able to have any sort of summer conditioning this year?
They opened up the district for 3 weeks. We chose not to go in because everything was outside. So we kind of just chose to wait. We've been doing virtual workouts, a lot of ball skill, ball handling, but on computer. The girls are on their own, or they partner up with one of their teammates that go to their house or something. But we chose not to go in until they let us go in the gym. And the week that we were supposed to go in the gym, then they pretty much shut it down again. So we have not been in the gym since March 13th. So it's been a long time since these girls have actually seen each other and been around each other. I haven't seen them, kind of practice or anything. Everything has been virtual. So, and our girls, believe it or not, have been really good. They show up, they work out every day, but I know it's getting to the point where it gets difficult. They want to know, they want some kind of answer, and I'm sure it's coming soon.
Man, I know I try to look for silver linings and stuff. I think there's not much in this regards for this whole thing at this point, but maybe some of the younger girls over this will develop some of the habits of working on their own and staying in shape in the off season and developing things that I kind of, looking back, I went and I kind of worked out on my own, but now they're going to maybe have to really, be almost full-time. I mean, I know they're kind of full-time now anyways, but there's not going to really be an off-season, and they'll know how to work out on their own a little better, basically.
And you know what? That's a proven thing with girls. Girls have a hard time working out by themselves. I don't know if, you guys probably, when you were younger, went outside and grabbed the ball and played, and even if there was nobody around, you did it by yourself. Girls are a little bit harder for them to work by themselves. They like to be in groups. So this right now, they, like you said, they are finding out how to work out by themselves. I mean, they have to. We ask them to be on it from 9 to about 10:15, 10:30. For the most part, they do, but it's still, like we tell them, it's still not enough. You still got to get out there on your own, hit the ball against the wall, pass against the wall, do some more running. Everything has to, we can only do so much on the screen. You guys are going to have to do some on your own. And some of them are doing it. Again, we make them turn on the camera, but what are they doing afterwards? We don't know.
Interesting.
What's the biggest thing that you guys miss from the game currently?
Mostly being around the girls. Just seeing them, watching them get better, striving to get better. The improvement, usually from the off season, like March, we were starting to get to the point where we were starting to see some separation, who was going to probably be on varsity, who was not, the progression of them continuously getting better, and then it just got cut off. We usually go from March and then through the summer, our team is pretty much picked. We play in fall, summer leagues, spring leagues, so we start seeing the separation. And like right now, if they say September 8th we go in and play, that's been the first time we see each other since March. You can only imagine what it's going to look like. In our district, they had mentioned that if we started in September, we were probably going to start wherever our schedule is at that time. And September 8th is our last non-district game. So we're not going to have tournaments. We're not going to play all non-district games. We're going to play maybe one non-district game and then jump into our 14-game district season, which would be, it's going to be tough when you haven't been on the court for 6-7 months. That's going to be interesting to see. But I think the main thing is just watching and being around the girls, watching them get better, work hard, have fun, joke around with them. Just the camaraderie that we have with our girls, we miss that a lot. I mean, we try to have fun on the virtual workouts, but it's just not the same. Sometimes the jokes get delayed and they lose the impact.
For me, I think it would have to be the same. It's just, we were with each other like every single day. We would always be going places. And then during the summers when we after we would work out, we would always go out and do things. So it's kind of where we build most of our team chemistry. And just that's when we kind of start getting the feeling of season's coming. It's finally going to come again. And it just being cut off right when we were starting to get better, and everything was just getting a lot better. Everybody was getting reps. Everybody was just working hard. And then now we just don't get the same feeling, because we text each other, but it's just not the same, because we're not with each other all the time and just having fun and joking around like we always do.
Coach, what kind of changes do you think will happen in volleyball to ensure the safety of players and coaches during practices and matches?
I know our district has talked about not allowing people into the gym, maybe not having fans during the games. I know they've also mentioned for practices, they want the girls to wear masks when they're idle. If they're off to the side and they're not involved in a drill or something, they want them to wear their mask. Once they do start getting engaged in practice, then they can actually take them off. We have actually thought of with our girls having them wear them all the time and then take a break, take constant breaks to let them, take them off and breathe. But the temperatures, even right now during summer, they were going to ask us to take temperatures every day when they came in. They have to answer a questionnaire in the morning before they even come to the gym. So I know schools, our principal has said that they're asking them to take temperatures of all 1,900 kids, or however many kids happen to come to school. And if they go to lunch somewhere and come back, they got to get their temperature taken again. Yeah, It's going to be pretty interesting what all the changes that are going to take place. I think it'll be tough. I mean, I know unless every teacher gets a thermometer and does it in their own class, but that takes time because now you got to input their temperatures into the spreadsheets that they gave us for the summer. But it was the teachers. Teachers are very scared to go back. A lot of teachers are scared to go back, especially the older teachers. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm in my 50s. I'm ready to go back, but I'm not. I'll tell you, I'm a little hesitant, a little scared of catching it and not knowing what it does. I mean, to some people it does nothing, and to other people, it kills them. So that's the scary part to me. But I mean, I'm ready to go back. If we got to go back, we're just waiting for the time when they say yes, go back. And as far as sports go, once they tell us yes, we're playing September 8th, then let's go. Let's practice. We have to wear masks, whatever we have to do. It's very difficult. I mean, even let's just start with the 6 feet of social distancing. It's almost impossible for these kids. I mean, just think of the volleyball girls who haven't seen each other since March 13th, and we get in the gym and we're supposed to keep them 6 feet apart. That's just not going to happen. I mean, as much as we try, it's not going to happen. They're going to want to hug each other. They're going to want to shake hands. They're going to want to high five each other. They haven't seen each other in such a long time. I know some of them go out and they might go eat or do whatever, but for the most part, these girls have not seen each other.
Well, one of my favorite parts about volleyball is always being a fan. The chants, being part of the crowd. How weird will that be for you as a player to think about playing in a silent gym?
Well, with us, we usually have a lot of people go to our games, especially when it's like our big rival games. When it's like our big district game or something, the gym is usually really packed, and that's kind of where we feed off of that energy that kind of like motivates us and gets us that adrenaline and just makes us more excited. So I'm kind of nervous to see if that does end up happening. I'm kind of nervous to see how that'll affect us, since we do use that a lot for our energy, and energy plays a big part in our game. So a lot of us aren't looking forward to that because we just love the atmosphere that we get. But I mean, if that's what it's going to take for us to play, then we're going to have to do it.
Have you been told, Coach, anything about postseason? What that could potentially look like, or that's just so far out of the way right now that that's not what they're currently worried about?
They have no clue. I mean, there's no set. Even when we talked about like playing district, if we start playing our season and somebody were to test positive, the school's supposed to shut down for 14 days.
What?
We've talked about what happens to the 4 games that you were going to play in those 2 weeks. Wow. And they said, we're not there yet. So they have no idea. And that's actually what, if you play and then someone tests and now you have to shut down for 2 weeks, what happens? What are they going to do to those 4 games? Are they going to count against you? Are they going to count percentages? It's so up in the air. And then as far as postseason goes, our travel has been canceled for August and September so far. Come October or come November, when the playoffs start, are they going to allow us to travel, for playoffs? And again, we usually travel in buses. How do you keep people apart? So, is it going to get better by November? I mean, I don't see it, but I don't know what they plan.
Coach, you're saying your entire school shuts down if someone tests positive, or the sports shut down?
The school's supposed to shut down.
That's not possible. That can't work.
Yep, that's what they've said, that the school will shut down for 14 days, and once somebody tests. I mean, because you got to realize, and this is the hard part about school for high school sport or high school classes. Kids come in. Let's say even that they narrow the number to 15. 15 kids come into my class, and then the bell rings. Those 15 are going to separate teachers. They're not going to the same teacher. So all these kids are going to separate places, and then from there they go to another. So they're mixing with a bunch of students and a bunch of teachers. So now if someone were to test positive, they're figuring how are they going to know who they were with? So they're going to shut and quarantine everybody for 14 days. And I mean, I don't know if they plan to test everybody or what, but I know that they have mentioned at least quarantine for 14 days and then see if there's extra cases or what. And I know that's going to be very difficult because you got to imagine, okay, you come back after 14 days, everybody's going back to school, and then somebody tests positive again. Now you got to quarantine again. So doesn't seem like there's going to be a rhythm to school.
Coach, you've been able to build a pretty successful program there, and can you tell us a little bit about your time at Chapin High School and some of your past teams that have laid the groundwork for your future programs?
Yeah, I've been at Chapin for 10 years, and we've had some good success. Obviously, you can only build success when you have good athletes. So, I've been fortunate to have some very good athletes. We've sent, a couple D1 athletes. We've sent some D2s, NAIA athletes. But I think the commitment and the dedication of our program, actually the whole school there at Chapin High School, has been the success that we have. Everybody there in all our athletic programs are expected to win. And the girls who come in there know that it's going to be hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of commitment. And that's like even right now, we're on our virtual workouts, but that's some of our core values: commitment, dedication. Get there, you have to show up, get to work. We're still watching you. So make sure that we, put in the hard work every single day, and success will come.
Camila, what are some of your goals for your senior year?
Well, win district again, obviously. We have this team goal of, last year we made it to regional quarterfinals, and unfortunately we didn't win. So ever since then, it's kind of been our goal to make it to the Sweet 16. We bring it up every chance we get. We say that's our goal. So district by district, area, and hopefully that regional quarterfinal.
How tough is district play going to be this year?
Our district is always tough. El Paso High is our biggest rival, which is kind of funny because that's where I was for 20 years before that program there, and then I came to Chapin. So we have a big rivalry still. It's either the 10 years that I've been at Chapin, it's been us or El Paso High to win district. So it's been us two battling it out. This year, the other big competition is Burgess High School, which is always there with us also. They were very young last year, and she's got a lot of talent. They're going to be tough to beat as well. They took us to 5 games last year and had us on the ropes. They were up 2-0 on us, and we were able to battle back and beat them. But those two schools should be the toughest competition. Then you have you got Jefferson High School that's pretty good as well. Our team is actually looking good this year. I'm just hoping that we can get on the court and let these girls show what we can do.
Don't forget to like and follow us on social media. Subscribe to our YouTube and podcast channels, your favorite athletes, their teams, and more. A day in the life. We got you covered. Until next time, stay safe and be well. Peace.